Good morning, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Of course, guys, I'm making a few videos about these IVC amazing machines I just got the other day on a pallet. This is a 1-inch format. I just thought I might teach you people out there a little bit about these machines. I did have requests from some emails. People say, hey, can you talk a little bit more about the machines and what to look for and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to make a few videos about these IVC machines. So this is by request by people out there who want to learn about this format. Anyways, as I spoke in this previous video, we have a junk black and white machine which will be cannibalized for parts in the very back. Now this one here is an 820 and it's a color machine. And this is the IVC 870, which is the ladder model. All right, so what I'm doing right now is, first of all, I did check both machines. They do power up, everything spins and everything else. So we're just doing some preliminaries. That machine there seems to be in full working order, which is the 820 from what I'm able to tell. This machine is the IVC 870, which is a model after that. And basically it has a bad cooling fan on the bottom, which I'm going to have to change out. The fan is locked up, and if the machine reaches a certain temperature, it automatically shut down, which is what it did when I was checking it yesterday, and right off the bat, I knew it was the cooling fan. The cooling fan, when that stops working, when the cooling fan like jams or stops spinning, the temperature of the machine will rise, and the machine will sense that, and it will shut it down, okay? That's basically what was going on. But right now, I want to talk to you guys about when you get machines like this, you know, especially with me, I want to make sure they're color compatible and they do play color in black and white. I like to know the aspects of the machine in general. All right, so basically you got a machine like this. Basically, you check it over, make sure it powers up and all that, which we did. So here you got the front panel, which comes off of the unit. All right, this is the front panel of the unit, and basically you pop that off and you got a little door that lifts up and down on a door, okay? Now, I want to make sure that this is a true color playback black and white machine. And the way you figure that out, and my good friend John told me to do this, you know, I don't have a service manual on these. John is sending me a service manual with a bunch of tapes, television-related stuff, and that type of thing. And he pointed out, you know, go ahead and open up the front panel and just look. And basically, you can make sure that the machine is color compatible or playback. All right, so basically, you look down here, you got all these cards, right? So if you look here, you got a servo card, I believe, an audio card. This is a demodulation card, and this is your color card right here. This is what makes color possible on this machine. If that card is missing, then you know you're not going to get color. That's the color card for playback. All right, so I'm double checking the machine to make sure it's going to be able to play color, and it has all its cards, so it looks like it's going to be a color and black and white playback, and does not look like it's going to be a really tough fix. Just change out the actual cooling fan and maybe a video head if it's not any good. It just depends on how good these video heads still are on these machines, but it does power up. It does work. Just needs a new cooling fan at the very bottom. It's obviously the bearings are bad and it's locked up, so it's got to be changed. So we'll change the cooling fan, get the temperature back where it belongs, and then this machine, overall, I think will be ready to be able to be used when it's needed. I do want to power them up and let them run for a good hour or two because, like I said, these machines have not been turned on in a very long time. And you want to get the capacitors and everything flowing again on them and get them working again. So that's what I'll do with these machines, get them powered up and just, you know, let them run for a couple hours so that way they can get used to being used, you know, that type of thing. And then I'll pull this deck up here and check this one out, make sure it still has its color card in place and make sure it's still working in proper order. But the back machine is complete junk. That bad scanner, they were cannibalizing that machine just for parts, which is the older model, which is, you know, it's probably doesn't even have a color card on it. It's probably just a scrapped out unit that they kept. But you could tell because it's all yellow, so that must have been kept just for junk. These are all pretty cleaned up. So that means these two are the ones that he was really concerned on keeping up and running, and the one in the back he just used for parts. I have no history on what the guy did to these machines, what he was trying to do. I'm just assessing the problems. I think he was going to replace the fan in this one off of the one in the back, but that one on the floor seems to be in full working order. This one does too, except it needs a cooling fan. So I think he basically got this machine in the back from somebody, or maybe it was somebody gave it to him, and it's complete junk. It's got no heads, no nothing, bad scanner. Maybe it was just for parts, which is okay. It's cool. I could strip it down and keep the best parts that's needed. But these two machines will be in full working order. This one here, which is the 820, and this one here, which is the 870. And of course, I got my professional unit in my living room, which is the IVC 960. So we'll have 3 IVC color, black and white compatible playback units up and ready to be used. All right. And here's the good news. I have my good friend John, who does have a lot of IVC tapes with television programming. He's going to let me start working on some of that. He's a great contributor, and I'm going to help him out. And we'll be able to share some of that stuff. So we're actually going to be able to start using this particular format right away, because we'll have tapes to be able to do that. He does have a lot of tapes from the IVC. John has been doing this a long time. He did, I wish I would have been around during the time frame he was doing it. But, he's been a very big help with heads and various different parts. And we're going to get service manual for these units. And we're going to have videotapes to actually start converting off of these machines. So I'll be able to start running 1-inch machine tapes off of these right away. Since I do have the machines, we are still trying to get the Ampex machines because we have 2 Ampex machines in Tennessee I'm trying to get my hands on for a gigantic 1-inch tape transfer, which will be coming up, which we have 100 tapes still sitting here on the floor, and something like 2,900 in California. So we're going to have 2 pretty good giant 1-inch tape transfers, but I'll be able to start working on some of these 1-inch IVCs, which would be kind of cool to look at, that John's going to supply me. He has a bunch of tapes he's been sitting on for a long time that have television programming on them, and John's been a fantastic contributor. And just tell your friends, guys, you have people out there that have 1-inch videotapes, and if they're done on IVCs or Ampexes, you might want to look me up. I can help you guys out with these transfers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.